I appreciate the chief's history on how this happened. I can tell you, probably unfortunately, but from experience, there was a time in recent history where a city council tried to micromanage down to the point of telling a fire chief which machines he should choose to shut down, which is basically what's being done here. And the fire chief at that time, who is not even in our world anymore, was adamant that the council was out of line for trying to tell a professional firefighter who knew where to place their machines, where to place their machines. And it wasn't a difficult concept to understand. And so for those who weren't here 15 or 16 years ago when that happened, the chief supplied us several months ago with a several-page document outlining why he chose the machines that he chose. And it wasn't based on who pays more taxes. It wasn't based on his relationship with anybody on the city council. It wasn't based on any of his firefighters that he thought were better than others, or it was based on safety. And it wasn't just based on safety for the citizens that he's responding to, but as important, it's the safety of the people that are going into that fire. So, people are offended, not in my district. You can't cut my station. For 3 or 4 months, it's been, if it was 3 machines, and the chief just said, if it was 3 machines, it was engine 4, engine 20, and truck 1. And if it's 2 machines, it's engine 4 and engine 20. And he explained why. And it'd probably be good for the manager to send that information back out tomorrow, regardless of how this comes down. Because he doesn't want to close any of them. But he certainly had a strong professional recommendation for why he did. And now, who cares about the fact that we're bleeding profusely? The city is in really bad financial situation. We know what needs to be done, but not if that fire truck is in my neighborhood. Regardless if my district already has 2 or 3 fire stations. Folks, this is ugly, ugly decision-making, and it has to happen. And there's 11 people in the whole city that say, I have what it takes to sit up there and make a decision. And I've never served on a council that was less willing to do that. And it pains me to say that. It pains me to say that. We know what needs to be done. So at the same time you want to have a meeting, I don't care where you have the meeting, if you have it at the Gateway Building and wherever, have them wherever you want to have them. Here's the first thing you got to tell them. If we don't do this, we're raising your taxes. I'm telling you. This cannot be done. We've been searching for a revenue stream for not just since COVID happened, for the last 10 years. When we get in this tough budget times, it always comes down to needing new revenue. And that's where it is tonight. Just do 1 machine instead of 2. Well, okay, then we still got to find $1 million. Where are you going to find $1 million? Just magically going to pop up. These decisions are so unbelievably hard. I've been a part of them for many, many years, and there's nothing worse than having to make a decision to downsize the organization. A lot of the reasons we've done that, and it's not a blame game, the state has put us in an absolutely untenable position, mostly with the pension obligations that we have. Forcing our hand, because they're forcing people out of the state. People can't get out of the state quick enough. So the deficits that we continue to have are structural deficits, and I think we all know what that means. So taking a little bit out of the capital budget this year, not doing that road project, moving that money over to the operating side means that next year, the structural deficit is still there. I wish we could be one of the comparables that the chief mentioned that had double-digit more officers and more firefighters than we have. I wish we did. Rockford's a much bigger community than we are in population. Naperville's, got a great sales tax base and high property tax base, but folks, it is what it is. I can wish all day, and it's not going to make anything better. So, we got put here to make decisions. We didn't get put here to punt. We didn't get put here to just have a meeting next week and then have a meeting after that and then cross our fingers and hope that, the fairy god people in Washington, D.C. come and save us. Make sure when you have that conversation about not wanting to close that machine that the chief is recommended for safety of the people that are going to be at a disadvantage going into a fire because they're not going to have the support behind them. That's why he made the decisions that he did. Make sure you tell those people that their taxes are going to go up otherwise. And I'm telling you, I can pretty much bet that you might not hear the same response about raise my taxes. I'm excited to see that group of people that says raise my taxes. For 3 or 4 months, it's been engine 4, engine 20, and truck 1. And for those that didn't read it the first time or forgot about it, we'll send it out tomorrow. Nothing, that wasn't a last minute flip.